Introductory. Behold the man. John 19:5. Let's explore the character of Jesus. We have to acknowledge that Jesus is such a vast subject that we can't cover everything in a series of lectures. There are so many things to consider, like the ideas of Jesus and the principles he taught in his sermons and parables. We also have the doctrines of Jesus, which include his teachings about God, the soul, life and death, duty, and destiny. We could even think about Jesus' relationship with the Father, the Holy Spirit, and us, as well as the mystery of his personality. However, for now, we will focus solely on the character of Jesus. When we talk about Jesus' character, we mean the qualities that make him different from other people. It includes his moral traits, his mindset, his disposition, his unique genius, his spirit, and his behavior. Our study might seem basic, as we're starting with the fundamentals of Christian learning. It's the logical starting point to understand the Christian religion. Before we can truly grasp Jesus' ideas, it's important to know who Jesus is. The meaning of a person's words depends on who they are. Two people can say the same thing, but if one person is known to be foolish, we won't take their words seriously. However, if the other person is known to be wise and good, we pay close attention. To fully appreciate Jesus' ideas, we first need to become acquainted with his character. Starting with Jesus' character is a scientific approach to study. Scientists today insist on studying phenomena and gathering data to draw conclusions. Similarly, I won't ask you to think about vague concepts or principles. Instead, I want to focus on specific and clear facts. Jesus was a historical figure who lived on this earth. Throughout his life, he displayed certain traits and qualities that we aim to study. If we were to analyze all his sayings, some might be difficult to understand. If we were to delve into his personality, we would face unfathomable mysteries. However, by examining his character, we are dealing with something concrete and comprehensible. Let's position ourselves before Jesus and allow him to make an impression on us. This scientific approach aligns with the method used by the disciples in the New Testament. They didn't start by pondering the mystery of Jesus' person or trying to understand difficult sayings. They simply approached him, observed him with their own eyes, and listened to him with their own ears. The beloved apostle even exclaims in his letter, "We touched him with our hands." It seems that Jesus wants people to come to know the truth he has to offer by understanding his character. When two young men followed Jesus and asked where he lived, he responded, "Come and see." They spent the whole day with him, and as a result, they wanted their friends to meet him too. Since then, Christianity has spread because those who have encountered Jesus want others to share their experience. If this was how Christianity was approached in the past, why is it not the best approach for us today? Christianity has evolved and taken on different forms over time, incorporating many non-essential elements. This has left many people confused and unsure of what to believe or how to act. Some have been turned off by Christianity because they encountered hypocritical or inconsistent Christians who misrepresented the faith. One negative experience can sometimes discourage a person from ever considering Christ again. It's not just individual Christians who can be a turnoff, but sometimes the entire local church body. If the church is lifeless, led by corrupt individuals, or has an ignorant preacher without a Christian spirit or outlook, it can have a disastrous impact on someone's perception of Christianity. Many people today are not Christians because they had the unfortunate experience of encountering an unsympathetic and undevoted church during a critical period in their lives. Others have been put off by the dogmatic statements of the Christian church, the doctrines formulated by church councils and theologians. These statements may have repelled their reason and chilled their hearts. However, I propose that there is another way to approach Christianity, through the character of Jesus. Neither professing Christians nor dogmatic statements are the true door to the Christian religion. The founder of Christianity, Jesus, says, "I am the door." Even if someone has become cynical or skeptical due to other Christians or church doctrines, studying the character of Jesus might change their perspective. Being a Christian is not about imitating other Christians or accepting church propositions. It is about sincerely and fervently admiring Jesus and aspiring to be like him. This is an opportune time to study the character of Jesus because he has appeared with new glory before the world in our day and age. We have the chance to know him better than anyone since the apostles. In the past several decades, there have been remarkable achievements in the advancement of science and the development of material civilization. These have transformed the world in many ways. However, another achievement, which is not as widely recognized, is the work of scholars throughout the world in bringing Jesus out of obscurity and presenting him to the world. In 1835, Strauss published his first edition of the Life of Jesus, and since then, people all over the world have been studying the character of Jesus with a growing interest and enthusiasm. The Gospels have been carefully examined more than any other writings. Scholars have searched libraries, mounds, and tombs for ancient manuscripts. These manuscripts have been brought together and compared, noting even the smallest differences. Every paragraph, sentence, word, and syllable has been analyzed and questioned. The amount of work put into studying the New Testament in the last 2 centuries is incredible. Scholars have not only studied the manuscripts, but also the land where Jesus lived. They have measured the land, its hills, mountains, rivers, and seas. They have even dug into the earth to find more information about this man who has made the land holy. The 1st century, in particular, has been extensively studied, with a focus on the customs, clothing, houses, and every aspect of the people's social, political, and religious lives. The civilization of Palestine during that time has been scrutinized like no other civilization. Books about Jesus and his time are being published at a rapid rate. As a result, Jesus has become a figure that is widely recognized and admired. It is not just the church that sees him. People from all walks of life can now appreciate him. Even those who do not believe in Christian beliefs show respect when his name is mentioned. While many may only have a limited understanding of him, everyone knows that he was a man who did good. His name is revered everywhere. It is fitting that we should strive to understand the depth of his mind and heart. But how can we get this information? There are 6 ways to learn about him. We can study the words he spoke, the deeds he did, and even the times when he remained silent. We can also learn about him through the impressions he made on his friends, his enemies, and the people who lived during his time. It amazes me to think of the countless individuals who have been inspired by Jesus throughout the past 2,000 years. Artists, poets, musicians, philosophers, and everyday people have all found inspiration in him, and this inspiration will continue to touch the lives of countless generations to come. If you can imagine this grand procession of people who have been and will be influenced by Jesus, you will join us with a reverent spirit as we study the character of this remarkable man who compels our hearts to call him Master.